A lot of schools will even budget technology, and it's usually part of a vision and like a strategic plan. Whether it's a 3, 5, 7 year strategic plan, it's going to be embedded in that. So part of the funding that they're getting from taxpayers is going to go into a line item that's for technology. I can promise you it's never going to be enough. Okay. So there's going to be times where you have to rob Peter to pay Paul. You might have to borrow it from here to pay it over here, and then you might have to return it the next year, those kind of things. All right. So there's the obvious budget process that the superintendent, the board goes through, whether it's private or public. So that money has to be allocated, and you have to think about what it's going to take, and then how do you future proof. More than likely, where you're going to see bills increase year after year. It's not necessarily because it's just advancing technology. They don't seem to get cheaper each year. They seem to get more expensive. And so that's a big part of that too, Dr. Mack. All right, so other budget areas that I've seen, you know, private schools throughout the country may or may not have access to state title monies. Okay, and even and so when I was in Ohio, we had access, so we were able to get state monies every year, and we were able to use that to develop what we had. We had nothing embedded, and then by the time I left, we were getting ready to knock on the door of virtual reality, and we were getting that advanced, and their kids were picking it up very well. So we budgeted, but it took us 4 years to get there. We knew it was going to take some time, but we budgeted, we planned it out, and so on. All right, so you got the title monies that are certainly associated with that. There could be special incentives, special programs that come out of governor's offices, and so that they need to be looking at not only the governor's office, but the state Department of Public Instruction. A lot of times they'll have grants and scholarships there as well. So you have state money, you have federal monies, you have budgeted monies, and you have grant monies, and then you have certainly gifts in way of cash and donated goods. So there's a lot of ways to get after it. It's now just figuring out how can I get the most and affect the most amount of kids and the least amount of money, because that's the name of the game in education.